So Alicia was diagnosed with ALL, which is acute lymphoblastic leukemia,
Yeah.
and it's a cancer of the blood.
And
It's a fast-acting cancer,
yeah.
which means had they not caught it within weeks or even months, it could have gotten bad.
Yeah. And how do you fix it? Like what's the drug? What's the therapy that you're fighting for?
Blinatumomab. It's it's an immunotherapy.
Yeah.
They want her to have this immunotherapy because she couldn't have the full chemo treatment.
Right.
Because she had too many side effects.
Now, what does this cost? What does this drug cost?
Well, the oncologist went to the drug company, and they said they would cover half, but we would still have to come up with $180,000, which is our half of the cost in order to cover the treatment, because it is not covered by the government, being is now a secondary treatment.
And that's all 5 cycles.
Right. Now, who has $180,000 or $60,000? Who has that kind of money laying around to?
We had to take out a second mortgage in order to get the money available in order to get her this treatment.
And what did the government say? In fact, what department in government did you talk to?
Well, we went to the MPP, and they went to Christine Elliott, the Minister of Health. And what they got back was the fact that with this type of immunotherapy, because it's still fairly new, it's only been around for a couple of years, that she has to get sick all over again, basically, in order to have it covered by the government.
But how does that make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense. We don't want to take that chance.
Like, you were sick once already,
Yeah.
and how bad was that?
Yeah, it's got pretty bad when I was admitted in the hospital.
Yeah. How long were you in the hospital for?
6 weeks.
Wow. So you're being told by our government, our leaders, the people we rely on to help us through our lives, that, well, let's do that again one more time, just to make sure that, you're really sick. What's their reasoning? What reason did they give you for that?
Because it's a secondary treatment option. But
That
we
makes sense.
almost know I'm going to relapse because I can't get the full chemotherapy.
So what you need to do is somehow get the message to the people in charge of this whole fiasco that you don't want to wait. It could be even worse the second time.
She had seizures due to swelling on the brain.
Yeah.
She had elevated heart rate. She had pancreatitis, all because of part of the chemo.
I wasn't eating.
Weren't
I was
eating.
throwing up. Yeah.
It's crazy that she has to, they want her to get that sick again. She was down to under 83 pounds when she was in the hospital. And we're not willing to let her get that sick again.
No, I don't blame you. You think of what you would do for your child, for your brother, sister, parent. We would do anything, right? And I guess when we talk to government officials in the related departments, you expect them to be compassionate and cooperative and understanding. And have you got any of that?
It took a long time for the MP to get back to us. And in fact, I had a cousin in Kingston who went to her MP, and she went to her MP after we did, and she heard back from her MP's office with an answer before we heard back from our own. And I was bugging them on like a weekly basis.
If you had anything to say, and I'm sure you do, but what would you like to say to these people that are putting all this bureaucracy in front of you?
If it was your child, would you want them to get sick all over again before, they got the medication that they needed in order to make them better? It's crazy. And not everybody has $180,000 in order to pay for it. It took us a couple of months to get that all figured out with the bank to, you know, take out another mortgage in order to pay for it.
Yeah.
And we're taking the advice of our doctor, that he knows best, the best plan to kick cancer in the butt, to get rid of it, you know, and we're using his judgment, and we're running into stop signs everywhere.
I think that's what it kind of got me about this. Like, you're friends of mine, but it could be anybody. Like, to have these barriers, you know, where they shouldn't. Like, I'm blown away. It makes no sense to me at all that you have to go through this, to, you know, to keep, you know, your child healthy, right? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
What are your greatest fears? What's your biggest fear about this whole thing?
Well, we're thinking we want her to get on with her life, and we want her to get the treatment that she needs as quick as possible, but it's just delays everywhere. Every time they go down for a treatment, you know, it just seems like that's when they decide to start looking into things and administrating appointments, and yeah.
So basically, these guys need a kick in the ass. They need to have motivation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their child. It's not a family member of theirs. They get all the time in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like my fear is that she is going to relapse, and then it's going to be that much longer before she is better and can get on with her life.
Yeah.
Like she's in her last semester, one semester left of college. She can't complete that. She can't work because of a low immune system.
Yeah.
So they're advising, you know, and then with COVID going on, that doesn't help the situation either.
No, it's a crazy world right now. And you're always smiling. You're always happy. You're always uplifting. Yeah, I've never seen gloom and doom. I've never seen a frown. I've never seen negativity. You're always positive. How do you do that?
Well, I have some pretty great parents and a pretty great family in general, and I have a lot of support around me, so
Yeah.
that helps definitely.
Well, it's amazing, you know. I think sometimes the strongest people are the ones that seem to have the most going on in their lives that are pulling them down. And you sure display that quite well. Sunday, you got a ride-by going on. What's that all about? Is a drive-by, a ride-by, some kind of a support thing that's happening? Or?
It's a motorcycle rally
Yeah.
that is happening to raise funds to help us with the payment for her medication so that we can get it for her. Because everybody feels the same way, like they want to help us, because it's wrong that, you know, especially at our age, that we have to take out another mortgage in order to pay for medication that should be covered by the government. They just need to look at the whole health system differently and figure it out. Like if it's, you know, if it's been in use for a couple of years and it's working, then why does it matter that it's a secondary treatment? It doesn't, like, in my eyes, the first course of action for her was chemo. Well, she can't have the full chemo treatment because of having an allergic reaction. So that should become the primary way of treatment, So it shouldn't be considered a secondary treatment anymore. It shouldn't matter that it's secondary anyways, like, if it works, it works, it should be covered.
Each cancer case is different. People like, they should look at people's cases one by one, not like individually, not pair everybody into the same category.
If this is happening to me, this is happening to who knows how many other people.
And this could actually help other people as well.
Exactly.
So the doctor, when he rolled out this plan, he told us what steps we would have to take, and we just thought they would all fall into place, but it's not the case. And they preach about Canada having the best health care in the world,
Yeah.
and this looks really bad.
I don't think anyone should have to go through this, but like being 21, it just makes it a little bit even harder, but I don't know. It's not fair to anyone.
It's
No.
frustrating.
Yeah.
No. I mean, we've all got a future, we all have dreams, and the only thing that keeps any of us going is hope. And if you don't have hope, you've got despair. And nobody, no citizen in this country deserves that.